So yeah, I quit my job and I'm starting a new chapter as being fully self-employed, something I've been wanting to do for a long time now and that I didn't think was even possible. So follow me along on this journey and on this day in my life as an artist, a small business owner, a content creator, and as usual, your resident anxious girly. I hope you like this video. I had the worst sleep ever last night. I am not feeling my best this morning. I decided I was going to vlog today, so I'm just going to keep going. This is going to be a very real and raw day in the life of someone who's just become self-employed and is just trying to figure out their routine. And I'm going to keep it real and raw with you guys. I'm supposed to be going to the gym this morning after I sponged down my mugs. I'm on my period right now and I'm just feeling really nauseous this morning. Like, I just forced myself to eat breakfast because I thought that was going to make me feel better, but I think it's made me feel worse. It's also like 36 degrees today and it was 36 yesterday. And my house doesn't have air conditioning and like it's all right, but like when you're doing things and not just sitting around like by the fan, it does get really hot. In saying that, I thought I would show you guys my summer skincare routine. I just keep it really simple on days that are hot like this. I wash my face in the morning usually. Skin's looking pretty good, just a bit of acne scarring. I'm gonna go in, this is like my new favorite product. It's the Laneige Cream Skin Serapeptide. And it's a toner and moisturizer. You can kind of layer it up. Like, it's so nice. Summer when I don't really feel like putting on like a huge moisturizer, like this is really nice. This is my absolute favorite. It's the Alpha H SPF 50 Serum Sunscreen. I'm going to be going outside today at some point. This feels really nice and glowy and moisturizing. Looking very glowy. The thing I'm actually really insecure about is the fact that I do not like how I look without makeup. I feel like there are some people whose skin just looks amazing, like their under eyes, their complexion, they just look normal without makeup. And I feel like I don't. I look old, I look disgusting. Like, it's one of my biggest insecurities. I'm trying to work through it. I've been trying out these bronzing drops and I'm a cheap girl, so I just got the dupe version. I don't think it's as good as the real thing, but like I look like an orange. It just makes my skin really red and then it calms down a bit, but I feel like it's a bit patchy. Does anyone have that issue with bronzing drops? Okay, we've got a busy and exciting day today. So first of all, I'm going to sponge down my mugs. I've just done a few tester mugs. I just want to see how they go. I want to see what the kiln is looking like this year. I do all of my ceramics from home and I use a community kiln because I can't afford a kiln right now and I don't have anywhere to put a kiln, but I am determined to work towards that. Anyway, I need to get this done today because I really want to see what this kiln schedule is like. Sponge down my ceramics, hopefully go to the gym, then decorate my ceramics. Some I'm going to leave blank because I want to try some different glazes out. By the time that's done, I'm going to need to get ready because I was invited to a brand pop-up showcase today. It is crazy to me that a clothing brand is like, hey, you want to come in and try on some clothes. The things that have been happening in the last few weeks since becoming self-employed are just like, I'm pinching myself every day. By the way guys, I need to talk to you guys about this. What do you think about my new camera? You would have seen me filming on it this morning. I was inspired by my friend Sophie Rosen. You guys got to go follow her. She's so sweet and she makes the coziest vlogs. She films them entirely on like a wide angle camera, like it's giving lo-fi, it's giving cozy. I literally went out and bought one immediately after seeing that. I did some research and I got this. It has a flip-up screen so you can see yourself. It's super wide angle. The coolest part about this is you can take out the camera inside, so it's tiny. You can literally walk around and just vlog with this. It's entirely like underwater proof. And you guys know I'm going to Italy this year, and I just thought that this would be so fun. I have to see how the footage goes, but I think it'll be really, really cool. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about this. Welcome to my little home studio. This is a room off of my kitchen, and it's also connected to my bedroom. It's a very small apartment where I pack all my print orders, all my ceramic orders. It's where I make all of my ceramics. Got my printer in here. I do all my scrapbooking in here. Small but mighty, and I love her, and I'm enjoying this moment in my life where I'm making everything from home. I'm hoping one day that might change. I have these shelves here that I made from like Bessa blocks or cinder blocks. That's where I dry all my ceramics and store some of my tools and things like that. And today I've got several things to sponge down. Currently it's my months that we need to work on. It's getting late. I need to do this now. So that ended up taking a lot longer than I expected because my sponge is really, really old and I really need to get a new one, but I haven't been back to the ceramic supply store obviously since I got back from Japan. I'm not feeling my best. I feel like ceramics, you really have to like be in a groove with it. You can't really just like go away and leave it and then come back to it and think everything's going to be okay. Like, it really depends on the quality of your materials, whether your clay's dried out. Is your glaze the right consistency? Everything has to be right, and if you're in a routine and like in a groove of making ceramics, which I really hope to get back to, then everything's okay. But other than that, it can be a bit tricky. I am trying my best not to get disheartened right now over the fact that, you know, this process does take me a really long time because I don't have a kiln. I'm trying my best not to get disheartened over that. All of these things wouldn't matter as much if I had a kiln where I could just fire my pieces whenever I like whenever they're ready, and they would be done within a day or two. My glaze has run out. I need to add more. So now up to the underglazing part. A lot of people ask me what I use to decorate my ceramics, and I'm gonna give you guys the secret. Please don't copy me, like make it in your own style, but if you want to do some thin little illustrations and you don't want to use a pencil, I mean, I love the look of a pencil. I really want to try it out. But this is my secret, and it's just a slip trailing thing with a really fine nib on the end, and you're gonna need some wire or something to stick in the nib to make sure it doesn't dry out, because the thinnest nibs like are impossible to clean. I'm not going to the gym because that took me too long, but I do want to get outside today at some point. I feel like we should go to the park and journal together. Like, I'm worried this is going to be a boring video. Whatever, this is my life. Okay, what was my job and why did I quit it? I feel like maybe I should go a little bit more into depth about this while I'm decorating, so you can know a little bit about me and what kind of journey that I'm on here. So basically, I mentioned a few times that I work for my family's winery. It's something that my mum and my dad created together. You guys have been following me for a while. You might know that my mum is no longer with us, so after she passed away, we could decide whether or not we wanted to work in it. But for me, I don't know, it's something I've grown up with my whole life. It really connects me to my family, so it was really important for me to work there, and I really enjoyed it. I worked at a cellar door selling wine for 7 years, and then I helped my brother out with the social media and the content creation side of things, like photography, social media, all things like that. Really fun, but towards the end there I kind of got a bit fatigued, and you know what, it is tough working in a family business, like working closely with your family all of the time, I'm not gonna lie. I just wasn't loving it as much anymore, and it was getting me really down that I wasn't creating the content that I wanted for that business that reflected how special it was to me. One thing led to another. There was some crazy coincidences and synchronicities that led me to deciding, okay, I think this is the time that I'm going to quit. And it's scary for me because it means that the entirety of my income that I have to live off is based off of the work that I do. If I am bedridden, or if I decide to do nothing, the income will not be coming in, and that's kind of scary. I won't complain too much though, because I am in a very privileged position that I'm able to make that decision. Yeah, making this decision, I think about my mum all the time, whether or not she would be proud of me, and thinking about how grateful I am. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't be in this position. Yeah, the life that she gave me growing up, if it wasn't for that and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here doing this. Yeah, we used to hang out all the time together because my brothers are 7 and 8 years older than me, so while they were at school, we would stay at home and we would put music on loud on the speakers and dance together, and we would have afternoon teas every day and set up a beautiful tablecloth with biscuits and cakes and tea, and we would draw together, and she would encourage me to go outside to pick flowers, to pretend to be a fairy. Also the fact that she took me and my brothers to Italy a lot when we were younger, so the language and the culture and the food and the beauty of that, that is really what I'm sharing with Studio Sonia. So that is in the forefront of my mind a lot recently. Didn't expect to get emotional, but here we are, and I don't know how I'm going to focus on decorating these ceramics now. The other exciting thing that I want to mention here is that I actually just signed with a social media management agency, which is something that I never thought I would say. That is crazy, but it all kind of fell into place, and there are some other amazing creators that I'm mutuals with that are on this team. Yeah, and my beautiful manager Ruby, I knew as soon as I met her this was going to be a good thing. It was going to be a good idea, because I have had instances in the past where I wasn't left with a good feeling about management. Everything sort of fell into place. Social media is something that I've always done for fun, but it has been a lifelong goal and dream of mine to be able to say that I do it as part of my actual work, my actual job. That is not entirely who I am. Studio Sonia is the biggest part of my life. I also want to say that, you know, being an influencer, being a content creator, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You can still care about other things other than clothes and makeup. You can still be a cool person. Okay, that I'd really delve deep there, but I have to get to decorating. I'm also filming this for TikTok, so my brain is just everywhere. Between 4 to 6 and it is 4 o'clock now. I'm feeling so bloated. I'm a bit nervous to try these clothes on. I think I'm gonna try this linen maxi skirt with a white t-shirt on top, a white baby tee. Okay, what do we think? I mean, it's very basic. It's just from Verge Girl. The top is from Uniqlo, and then I'm going to wear my red leather bag from Japan, and probably just some ballet flats. This is the best part, especially if it works. Like, oh my god. I stopped doing rollers for a while, but now I'm like, I need to bring it back, especially for these like front pieces. I think it just works really, really well. Okay, then for jewelry, I'm gonna put my little Put-a-Oots jewelry in. I just made a TikTok talking about this brand. They have the most incredible beaded fruit jewelry. Then we're just going to get going, and wish me luck that I'm not gonna get too hot and sweaty out there. I'm very new to this whole world of, like, I hate the I word, the influencer world, but PR and stuff like that, especially the city that I live in, like not much goes on, so I don't go to many events and things like that. I don't know guys, I'm just a girl. I am literally just a girl. Here's the full outfit. Excuse the mess in the back. And this is gonna be the first time I'm testing out this camera properly out in the wild, so we'll see how that goes. But Paul and I are gonna head out to dinner. We're gonna ride our bikes. My trusty pink bike, my favorite. So I said I wanted to journal today, but turns out I only got to it at the end of the day. Some candles, made a cozy little space for myself, and I wrote down the date and realized that today is the last day of February. Tomorrow is a new month. This year is already going by so fast. Absolutely terrifying, but that also means it's the perfect time for me to reflect on the past month, this new chapter of my life. At the start of this month, I was in Japan, I was in Tokyo, and I had no idea that I was going to quit my job and that I was going to have a management team and that I was actually going to start taking what I do seriously for the first time in my life. And now here I am at the end of February, about to start a new month with all of these amazing new prospects that are so scary and exciting. You know when you're doing something new or terrifying and you get that feeling in your belly, like those butterflies? You know what? We only get one life. So I think we owe it to ourselves to follow that feeling wherever it may take us. I mean, of course, don't do anything too crazy. If you're in the same position as me and you've got those butterflies and you're at a crossroads in your life, I say follow the feeling, because you can always go back. And I mean, we don't have to be one person for the rest of our lives. We can be many things. You can try something out and then decide you want to do a 180 in the complete other direction, and that is fine and awesome and amazing. I'll be honest, today wasn't the smoothest day in the life of someone who's recently self-employed. I don't know how the vlog footage is going to end up turning out. Let me know what you guys think of this and if you want to see more, but I think it was pretty real and raw. I'll leave you guys here. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I can't wait to see what's next. Bye.